You're standing under the harsh fluorescent lights of the immigration hall. Your flight just ended after 12 hours in the air. Your phone is nearly dead, and then it happens. The officer waves you forward. No expression, no small talk, just a keyboard, a screen, and your entire travel history in front of them. What happens in the next 60 seconds determines whether you walk straight out of the airport or get redirected for additional questioning. Most travelers dread this moment, but very few understand what's really happening. Immigration questions aren't random. They follow a system, one designed to read hesitation, consistency, and confidence before you finish your first answer. Some questions are meant to confirm facts. Others exist only to see how you answer, not what you say. And one of the most important checks happens on a question most travelers think is harmless. Say too much and you sound rehearsed. Say too little and you sound evasive. The same logic applies whether you're entering the US, Canada, the UK, or Australia. In this video, I'll walk you through the 10 most common immigration questions and the quiet tests hidden inside each one. Once you understand what officers are actually listening for, the process stops feeling intimidating and starts feeling predictable. Stay with me through the final question because it's the one that decides whether the interview ends at the counter or continues somewhere you don't want to be. 10. The passport opening. It starts with the most routine line in aviation history. "May I see your passport?" You think the officer is checking a document? They aren't. They are performing an initial baseline test. They are watching how you move, how you hand over the book, and how long you maintain eye contact before your lizard brain forces you to look away. In 2026, immigration officers are trained to spot micro-hesitations, those half seconds of motor skill fumbling that suggest internal panic. If you are digging through a disorganized bag while your voice cracks, your stress becomes their suspicion. The pro move: keep your passport in a dedicated, easy-access pocket. Offer it calmly and say, "Here it is." No jokes, no extra words. Every second you appear composed tells the officer's internal bias that you are exactly who you say you are. A calm hand is proof of a clean story. 9. The temporal threshold. How long do you intend to stay? This question seems harmless, but it is a measure of believability. The officer is matching your verbal answer against the digital flight itinerary already on their screen. If you start rambling about maybe 2 weeks unless my friend invites me to stay longer, you have just invited a line of questioning about your financial stability and your intent to leave. Experienced travelers use the precise short method. "I'll be here for 10 days or exactly 1 week for vacation." No nervous laughter, no unnecessary context. Every country tracks overstay risk using pattern detection. If your answer is vague, you fit the profile of a drifter, someone who might not plan to leave. Confidence beats detail every time. A precise reply shows you respect the sanctity of their borders. 8. The category match. What is the purpose of your visit? This question is a profile alignment test. In the 2026 system, your purpose must align perfectly with your visa type. Tourism, business, and education are the 3 safe pillars. If you wander outside them without total clarity, the tone of the interview will shift instantly. If you say, "I'm just visiting friends," expect a deep dive into who those friends are and how you met. Instead, be precise but contained. "I'm here for a 10-day vacation," or "I am attending a 3-day tech conference." No fluff, no life stories. Most travelers don't realize that the officer often already knows the answer from your hotel reservations linked to your ticket. They are simply checking for verbal data discrepancy. Answer clearly and they move on. Hesitate, and you'll find yourself in a room with no windows. Immigration lines are not social hours, they are legal depositions. 7. The stability check. What do you do for work? The officer leans back, watching your body language. This is one of the most revealing questions because your job is a proxy for social anchoring. It signals roots, financial ability, and a reason to return home. It isn't judgment, it's profiling by logic. If you are employed, it signals stability. If you are a student, it signals a trajectory. If you are unemployed or drifting, they will immediately look for signs that you intend to work illegally. Answer with a single confident title. "I'm a teacher," or "I work in marketing." If you are between jobs, reframe it with structure. I recently finished a project in accounting, and I'm taking this trip before my next role. This tells them you are in control of your timeline. The officer doesn't care about your career path. They care if your trip makes sense within your financial reality. 6. The consistency cross-match. Are you traveling alone? This isn't small talk. It's a digital trail test. By 2026, the system knows who checked in next to you and whose itinerary matches yours. If you are traveling with a group but claim to be alone, you've just triggered a high-level red flag for deceptive behavior. If you are solo, say it clearly. If you are with others, be factual. I'm traveling with my sister. No backstories. Every extra word you offer is a hook for another question. Nervous travelers ramble because they feel the need to fill the silence. Seasoned ones know that silence is a tool of authority. Stand like a steady wave, unbothered and certain. Your composure is your boarding pass. Don't let a nervous tongue ruin it. 5. The anchor inquiry. Do you have any family here? This is a strategic tie test. The officer is measuring your incentive to violate your visa. If you have deep roots in the country, you are statistically more likely to stay. If your answer is no, keep it polite and neutral. No, I don't. Stop there. If you do have family, be truthful, but stay on the surface. Yes, my cousin lives in the city. You don't owe them a family tree. The officer is judging your physiological reaction more than the familial connection. If your eyes flicker or your posture stiffens, they sense a hidden motive. In immigration, the secret isn't just what you say, it's how grounded you remain while saying it. Ground your energy, and the officer will ground their suspicion. 4. The memory mirror. Have you ever been here before? This catch-all question is a quiet background check. It's a mirror test. The officer has your travel record in front of them. They are testing if your memory matches the database. If it's your first time, say so. If you've been there before, give a clear time frame. Yes, I visited for a week last summer. Don't launch into vacation stories. Returning travelers who have previously violated rules or overstayed are automatically flagged in 2026. Any hesitation in recalling a date can be read as a calculated lie. Answer calmly, look them in the eye, and move on. It's not about your history, it's about your composure under quiet pressure. 3. The honesty trap. Do you have anything to declare? This question can flip your trip from a vacation to a legal battle in seconds. It sounds boring, but in the 2026 customs landscape, honesty is the only game. They aren't just looking for smugglers. They are looking for people who don't respect the rules. Whether it's medication, snacks, or cash, if you're unsure, declare it. Customs officers are trained to spot the customs twitch, that one uncertain pause before answering no. If they find an undeclared item, even by mistake, the fines and confiscations are just the beginning. You may be barred from future entry. Confidence cannot cover a lie, but honesty spoken calmly clears you faster than any excuse ever will. Never play games with customs. The house always wins. 2. The destination precision. Where will you be staying? This is a certainty test. By this point, the officer is deciding if your entire story adds up. If you are vague about your accommodation, you look like someone who hasn't planned to return. Have your details ready. I'm staying at the Pacific Hotel in Manhattan. No need for the street address unless they ask, but you must be clear and consistent. In 2026, immigration systems often link your digital arrival card with your hotel reservation. When you respond smoothly, you signal control. Nothing unnerves an officer more than a traveler who seems unsure about their own destination. Plan your stay, memorize the answer, and walk through the gate like you belong there, because you do. 1. The final exit proof. Can I see your return ticket? This is the final checkpoint. It's the proof of your intent to leave. Every major country uses this to spot potential illegal settlers. If you fumble for your phone or a crumpled piece of paper, you look disorganized and suspicious. Hand it over confidently. Yes, here is my return flight on the 22nd. Even if you have a flexible ticket, showing structure is the key to trust. Keep these documents in a place you can reach in seconds. Digging through 5 zippers signals uncertainty. When you pass this test, you have officially crossed the invisible line between visitor and welcome guest. This question is your final exit ramp. Take it with a smile and steady breath. Airports are designed for the masses, but they can be mastered by the individual. When you stop playing by the airline's default rules, when you use programs like TSA Cares, claim your pre-boarding rights, and prioritize your physical well-being, you take back control. You're no longer just a passenger, you're an informed traveler who understands that flying should be about freedom, not endurance. I want to hear from you. Which of these questions has always made you nervous? Or do you have a story about a secondary screening that changed how you travel? Share your experiences in the comments below. Your wisdom is the best armor for our community. If this guide helped you feel more prepared for those fluorescent lights, hit that like button and subscribe to join us. Safe travels. Traveler confidence is your clearance.